The very moment you become confused is when your feed is finished on the farm. I have never said pig farming is very cheap and it is easy to do. I have never said that on this channel. You need to work a lot and you need to invest before you see any reasonable profit from what you're doing. Okay, I'm just saying this in case you are also trying to think about it. There was a man I knew some time ago who was actively into pig farming. You understand? But as we said, pig farming and agric is just science in general. And with science, we deal with facts, and then you try, you make some measurements, you see what is happening, and then you try to adjust. Okay, but he didn't apply any science. He was just feeding them. So maybe if a pig is supposed to eat 3 kg a day, he can give 10. If it is available, he can give 10. If it is not available, he might give 1 or 2. You understand? So he's not going according to any science. He's just doing it raw like that. So this man got to a time he decided to quit pig farming. And his reason was that it wasn't profitable for him. Besides, when the animals were ready, he was not getting people to buy them at the price he wanted. So he was forced to close down the farm at a very cheap cost to the person who came to buy all the animals. But recently, he called me on the phone that he wanted to come inside again. And that was where he started to ask some questions about the reality in the business now. So he said, apart from Nikanikasi, if you are in Ghana, you understand Nikanikasi. That means if after corn milling and other things, you know, for corn milling, sometimes they do mill cassava, dry cassava, what you call kokonte. Then they mill beans, they mill rice, they mill the maize itself, and sometimes soya. And this particular, sometimes they just drop on the floor and people don't take it. That is the wasted one. So to him said, apart from those things, the wasted flour from the milling center, don't they have any other feed they give to them? I said, why not? They have the feed. If you have been seeing me every day, you see me carry bags of feed past there. That is it. If you want to do it and see what you are doing, you need to invest. But keep in mind that you are not too entitled to the whole amount. That one is a fact. If you are coming in, maybe an animal, you want to sell an animal for like, let me say, 3,000 Ghana cedis. Don't assume you're going to get 2,000 or all the 3,000 to yourself. No. You might end up spending more than half of what you get to feed the animal. That is even if all things work well for you. You're able to get maybe half of it. Otherwise, you'll not get anything. And if you also try to keep all the money to yourself, that is where you can keep your pig on your farm for only God knows how long it is going to take on the farm. And they'll still be looking just like that. And buyers don't also care. When they come, they look at the size. Even if your pig is 2 days old and it is bigger than 7 months old pig, they prefer to buy it at a higher price for the 2 days old pig. So for buyers, they don't care about how you practice it. All they want to see is that the animal is healthy, the animal is getting the weight they want, and the animal is at least in good shape. That's all they want from you, the producer. So as a business also, you need to also ensure that you invest in your animals. So for this man, because he already had experience, so he knew that feeding is always a problem. So he said he'll be struggling with feeding. So don't they have feed that is already pre-mixed and they go to buy from the shop? I said, oh yeah, it's available in numbers. You can't even buy all of them. But be prepared to spend like 500 Ghana cedis, 600 Ghana cedis and plus. He said, hey, then it means after that, it means I'm not going to get any money from it. And even how large is the bag of? I said, oh, it's just 50 kilos. And you know, 50 kilos was something that doesn't even understand it, okay? Because you know, our local people, they don't actually deal with the weight and other things. So I said 50 kilos, he was confused. So I said, okay, the bag of a cement, the weight of a cement bag and that same feed is the same. That is the 50 kilos. Yes, hey, that means, Francis, if I'm even taking yours that you have on your farm, the 2 sows that are breastfeeding, now it means in 5 days they will finish the feed. They have 50 kilos. And so yeah, but the thing is that we measure it. If you want to maximize the feed and then your cost, you ensure that you measure. For those sows we are talking about, in a day, they're supposed to take 3.5 kg of feed. That is when they are breastfeeding those piglets. Aside that, they only take 3 kg a day. So it means for the 50 kilos, it should last them at least 16 days, 1/6, for them to exhaust it. So if you have to, it means it will take only 8 days for it to be finished. So that means you're not going to get any profit. I say you will get it. That is why we don't go solely on the pre-formulated and concentrated one like that. You buy them and then you mix them according to some ratio. You need to dilute it. Mostly they come in a highly concentrated form, so you need to get some other ingredients, mix it together, and then give it to them. So I also decided to take this man through some sort of feed ingredients like the soybean, fish meal, the wheat bran, the rice bran, and then the maize. But the maize too, I didn't tell him it was the complete maize, like the whole grain. I just told him it's a maize, but I'm sure for him he took it to be the chaff or the maize bran. That's what he maybe he's thinking. So if you're coming to the pig farming space, please just get prepared for all these things. They're going to happen. This man I'm talking about, I've ever seen him and I've ever seen how he worked with his pigs. Like who also started with the hybrid, the exotic breeds, nice ones once. That to the extent that every morning he used to bath them. You put water in a sponge in water with soap. Rub these pigs clean. But by evening time they are dirty again. The next one you have to do that. So I felt his pain when he said the price he wanted, people are not willing to buy it at that price, and you see, it hurts. But like I said, buyers don't really care. They also think about making profit from what you have. And in general, people always want to make profit of the farmer. Yeah, that one day. Everybody wants to make profit at the expense of the farmer. You can't do away with that. It's always there. But it is up to you to also ensure that the impact is not too heavy on you alone. So you try to balance it. So he asked me about the prices of winner pigs and then also growers. I said, oh, for now, also based on this location, the winners you should get it not more than 15 Ghana cedis, not more than 1,500 Ghana cedis. You should get those pigs you are thinking about buying. I said, hey, so it means now pigs have prices. I said, oh, they have prices now because the feed is always increasing and we're also following the feed. Once the feed is going up, we're also following the price library. So definitely it's increasing. Understand? And his interest started coming back and he wants to go into it. So very soon he will join our family and we all move together in this pig farming space. Today's 20th December 2024, which as at now my pigs are exhausted. I have exhausted my pigs. And this year I've actually done well. For the December month, 20 pigs are gone. 20. December month, 20 pigs are gone. The list was 1,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah, no, the list was 900 Ghana cedis. 20 and 900 Ghana cedis. You know, so it means that is they were not that big. Just I win them, I raise them for two other months, and those are ones I'm releasing out. So 1,000, and then the highest, I think the highest was 1,300, and so that's the range. So you can just do the calculation. And I did that because looking at what is happening now, the market is doing this way, and the feed is not always being so stable. And I can't also spend what I will for myself and be feeding the animals. At least I have to balance it, get something for myself. So I've actually sold a significant number of them. Majority are gone. So now if these 20 are taken out, I wouldn't have a lot of pigs to deal with again. First of all, the man of the house, the boy is already gone. I've sold him out. He's yet to be picked, maybe 25th. They will come and then do justice to him. He will leave the farm. And then these 21s I'm talking about today too, they also find their way out of the farm. And in 2025, God willing, we shall start stronger with what we have now. I have 10 pigs I'm supposed to win this month. So 2025, that's how I will shoot them. But then in January, two of my sons also get a farrow again. So once they farrow, I get at least 16 pigs to add to the stock. And then those that I win the piglets from, they will also be crossing that time. And the farm should be moving again from that state. You understand? So pig farming is a very sustainable business to the extent that if you do it well, you can use, that is, if you start with a good breed, you wouldn't need to even go and buy any other breed to mix. You can just be going that line, like line breeding. You just pass through that lane, speed, and you always have pigs to sell. Just that you should know your production schedule and calendar, how many pigs you want to have at a particular time, when to cross, when to win, when to start selling them, and when to not sell them. These are things you need to know. It's a business and it is a science. Farming is a science, so don't just come in there and just be doing anyhow. If you do it anyhow, you get anyhow money. So you need to do the proper thing, document everything you're doing on your farm. Avoid overfeeding the pigs, because pigs, if you overfeed them and also feed them what they actually need, you end up running at a loss. You will not get anything. After you've taken your cost from it, you will not get anything. But try to balance it, get what they're supposed to get. Like we do say, those dry sows or the breeding stock, 3 kg maximum is okay for them. If they're lactating, maybe 3.5 kg, you give to them. And in that ratio, you understand? So pig farm, I wouldn't say an easy job. It is not an easy job. You need to work harder to the extent that always you need to be on the farm attending to them. Otherwise, you go there one day and all your animals are just messed up. You can't recover. The thing is, if a pig loses a weight today, just 5 kg, let's just say 0.5 kg today, for you to get that 0.5 kg to add, it might take you not at least, it will take you at least 3 days for you to get that 0.5 kg you have lost back. Before now, your pig will be on track to follow the remaining. So that's why you don't need to mess up. You need to follow the schedule. No matter how busy, no matter how stressed you are, you still have to go to them and find things right, do for them. If there's water they need, it should be there so that you don't stress them. That is their nature. If you stress them small, they also show shaggy in your finances. So you need to ensure that what is supposed to be given to them at a particular time, you don't miss it. One thing is also that if maybe you are not doing anything, but you have some capital there, you want to start a business, but maybe you don't have any other source of income, you just have the capital in bulk. I wouldn't say start pig farming, because pig farming, if you don't have any other thing that is contributing or bringing you money, I must tell you that you're going to suffer in it, because it will get to a time all your money will be finished. That is for some of us, or those of us who do calculation and then use business plan. At this point, I'm supposed to attain this weight. At this point, I'm supposed to get this. At this point, I'm supposed to move this. If you do that and that thing mess up, and your money is finished, you'll be disappointed. And the very moment you become confused is when your feed is finished on the farm and your animals start making noise. You'll be confused totally. You forget about yourself completely on the farm. So if you don't have anything that is also bringing you something small at the end of the day inside your pocket, please don't start it. Like I do tell you, I have not secured myself any formal employment. Just that I'm still doing my small things. I'm surviving on that. But one thing is, if I were to depend on pig farming alone, I must tell you that maybe by now I would have been fed up or frustrated and I've given up already. But the thing is, I have other things that was bringing me money, and it is still bringing me money on a daily basis. That is it. That one brings me money on a daily basis consistently. So that one alone is able to help me feed the pigs. Because how much the pigs will feed compared to me is not that much. I don't spend more than the pigs. So once what brings me money daily is able to take care of the pigs, me alone, I know how to survive on my own. And that is why I still have the energy to come here and make noise about pig farming. But let's assume that you just graduated, you're fresh, no job, no source of income. Maybe somebody just dash you 5,000 or 10,000, and then boom, you start pig farming. That money will finish. I'll not lie to you. That money will finish. And when it finishes, that is where now you feel the reality. When your animals start making that pay everywhere. And then trying to climb the walls and actually you do this and still be hearing the sound of the pigs in your ear, even though you have closed your ear. You understand? So always get something doing. And if you have something doing already, that one you can easily expand your farm. Yes. Because that is not what you are dependent on entirely. So the money you make from the pigs, you can quickly reinvest all of them into the farm, and then you shoot production capacity to the number of pigs you want to sell in a particular year. So always ensure you have something doing before you enter into it. Else that your money you think is too much or is heavy enough to kick you start, you wouldn't get it and you'll be disappointed in the end. But if it is done well, very, very rewarding. You understand? Like I do tell you, if I had not started this pig farming whilst I was on campus, as I came home like that, or like this, as I came home like this, as a fresh graduate, you know one most painful thing? Nobody looks funnier or miserable than a graduate struggling financially to find food for himself. No one looks miserable than that person. You understand? Yeah, I have friends and I see how they are looking. Seriously, sometimes you have to also, in your own condition, you need to also find ways, something small, give to these people to keep them also going. Understand? Yes. So if you don't have anything doing and fresh graduate to come into it, you regret ever knowing pig farming in the first place. Yes, but I must tell you that it is one of the best decisions I have ever made whilst I was on campus, saving some money there and bringing it home to start pig farming. And also getting myself the millions. Actually, they've been keeping me busy, and at least it's not that much, but it does not make you appear needy. So anytime people come to buy my animals, I can just price it. What I want to get, I just leave it there. If you can't buy, go. I'm not forced to sell it. After all, I can still feed the animals, you understand? I can feed them comfortably. But assuming you don't have any source and you are just dependent on the pig alone, and now your money is finished, maybe you have saved something aside and that money is finished completely. Someone will come there and give you an annoying price. A pig, maybe you are looking at getting 2,000 Ghana cedis. The person might give you 800 or 900. You have no option than to sell to the person just to survive. You understand? So it happens in pig farming. I need to take note. Always ensure you have something doing before you fall heavily into pig farming. This is the little I can tell you today. And to let you know that the business, people are entering day in, day out. New people are entering into pig farming. But they enter before they get the reality. That's why this channel exists. Just to let you know that you need to put certain things in place before you kickstart your business. This year, I'm sure by 2025, those I've spoken to alone, more than 15 people enter pig farming in 2025, January 2025. You have about 15 people back into the system. I want to tell you that people are seeing the lucrative aspect of it. If you do it well and then you are proud of what you're doing, just show your videos, your pictures of you and your farm, your animals, interacting with each other like that. People see and then they are motivated to start it. You understand? So people are actually coming to pig farming big time. And it's my hope that at least our government, the president-elect, if maybe you are seeing this video, he does something about pig farming or livestock in general for us, especially the feeding aspect. If we are able to get like 30% or just 20% off some of the feed ingredients, like you should just give a discount like that. So the people who do farming and the youth, they will actually go into pig farming and other livestock farming. You understand? But the farm input is very costly on the market. The feed, the medications, and even when you want to maintain them, going to buy these building materials alone to maintain the place, actually it costs a lot. So if we have a government that will actually listen to the people and help us, especially the young ones, youth, try to build something on our own, I think our nation will be self-sufficient and we can produce food for ourselves. What I am doing alone at my corner, I can see that if somebody else is doing something like that similar in his corner, we are going to help all contribute to food security, and maybe we can end up producing food at a very cheap price so that everybody can afford it. But as it stands now, the poor man may not survive.